Guys, we are live and we are staring at banter bubbles. You can see the BTC sign behind me is a little bit red as well. That's the kind of vibe we're feeling right now. I'm looking at these alts on this daily performance here. We've got Render down 3.8%, XTZ's down, STX is down, IMX 3.8% up, Aptos 4% up. We're going to take a look at that for you for sure. I see Curve CRV has been doing really well today. It's not on my screen here for some reason, but we saw it was pumping earlier today. So we've got a Curve setup for you. So what do I have for you today? I've got Curve short setup coming. I've got a Rune short setup, DYDX short setup, Link potential short setup leading into this October event for Link. Potential Atom short coming, and then we've got some long setups from myself, Bruce, and Simon. So stick around with us. Let's get the guys in here so long. Simon's also got some comments for us on BTC, so he's going to run through BTC. Simon, welcome.
Hey.
Bruce, what's happening?
Hey.
Guys, so what are you guys trading? Any positions we need to know about?
Got a few bits.
Wasn't BLZ, but after talking to you, I've closed it.
Guys,
okay.
we killed it on BLZ. We
Yeah.
killed it on Friday on BLZ, and we were looking for the money printer, because when it hits that 618, it is a money printer for us.
Definitely.
We've got to find our money printer button here just now. Okay, I'll keep looking for it. Guys, that 618, it delivers so many times. It delivers so often. And it delivered for us on BLZ, which we'll go through again now. You're probably about to get your alarm on BLZ again for a potential TP zone now. Right, let's go through BTC and just sort of see where we are. Simon, I'm keen to hear your comments. You've been looking at your Lux Algo stuff, just from what I'm looking at from my perspective. Okay, there goes our BLZ alarm. That is the TP zone, potential short area. So we might have a trade on the table here, guys. Okay, BTC, we were looking at this range very closely on Friday. We wanted to see a breakout. We wanted to see support at this level up here, this 26.8 for us with quite a big area. We wanted to see it hold and then push up those alts. It didn't do that. It rejected and it sent these alts down to new areas. Now, BTC for me hasn't hit its 618 yet, which you can see is over here, but we've had a lot of alts hit 618s and bounce really nicely. So we're going to show you those now. But for me, I almost want to see BTC come down a little bit lower here to this 25.8, guys, on the 618 region, and then give us that bounce. So what I'm looking for now is I've seen these alts react nicely off 618s and their various supports and their fibs. I want to see them just turn back a little bit, let BTC ping the 618, and then maybe that's going to fire things up for us. Simon, what are you seeing on BTC there on the 4 hour on the Lux Algo situation?
Okay, if you want to share me. Okay, cool. Can you see that, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so very simply, this is the same on the 8 hour as well. This is actually making a turn. We're sort of flattening out now. Like I said to you just before we started out, I can see that this is potentially going to form into a long. Whether it pings your 618 or not, I'm not sure, but there's 2 or 3 signs that are basically showing that this is coming to a stop.
So, I mean, is it fair to assume that we get a little push down? If we get a little push down to 25.8, where is that in your cloud?
Hold on a second, let's mark it up. 25.8, you're going to be there. So if we get that wick down into this is going to be deep inside this cloud. Yeah. It would make sense.
So we're going to keep watching this. Potential long signals here on Lux Algo. Potential bounce signals on, what do we call it? Old school TA.
Wizard.
Old school TA science, whatever we call it. Okay, guys, so let's start hitting some of these alts here. This BLZ delivered for us, and it was so perfect, wasn't it? I mean, the way it came down onto the 618. This is the BLZ 4 hour. We were looking at this on Friday. It was coming deep burn into that 618. Everyone was feeling uncomfortable. I took a long there. I said I was taking it. I mean, that candle was dark though. That candle was pretty red. And that 618 just delivered one more time, you know. In fact, it gave 2 10% pumps here on BLZ. Well, the first one was just slightly more, 11%. I hung around until I closed just before we started this. So about a 10% move. I'm pretty happy with that one. it can blow through. It can go higher. I just thought second visit to this TP zone for me, that's enough. So I'm out of this now. You guys on Discord would have got your alarm on the BLZ. So Banter Discord VIP guys, you would have got your ping saying that this is now TP or a resistance or a short area for you. You can figure out what you want to do there, but this is a high impact zone that we like to look for. Okay, let's look at the curve situation, because we dealt with curve probably a week or two ago, and we were talking about this massive area that curve was sitting in. And I was saying to you guys, look, if these things get resolved and things start turning, there's going to be some action on curve. And I mean, look at the size of this move that we've got here from the 0.39 level. We've got 39% on this curve situation. And I mean, we must be getting shorty right now. So I've started laddering into a short, which I'm going to show you guys shortly on my BitGet account. Simon, talk to me about Lux Algo shorts here.
Okay, so curve, yeah?
Yes.
Pull me up. Okay, so this was, funny enough, what I identified before we actually spoke today. The very first thing I did this morning was look at this, and we were somewhere about here, and I'm like, we're going to get a blue X, and sure enough, there's the X. So guys, the previous long, which is in play right now, it's given us a 1 TP and a second TP here. We're firmly up in the reversal cloud. You got some lovely bearish showing on the RSI, which is always nice. From the looks of it, we should get another push into this cloud and start to make our way down again into a short. So it's pretty clear. You got the 200 EMA here as well, so I guess we'll be making our way back down to this sort of level, at the very least 47. I'm actually already in a trade for this.
Okay, so let me pull up my chart quickly. So guys, we are looking at laddering into this curve short situation. Let's pull up the 4 hour. My concerns from a TA perspective is the size of the stock. So what I have done is I opened a very small position over here, round about this region, 0.1572, and then I've got more cells leading up here. So if we do get a second pump, I've got cells into that area, and then my plan would be some kind of double top on this curve. It's pumped a lot. Is it going to pump more? Possibly. But, this is the plan for a short, maybe a possible wick higher. I'm going to have to monitor that situation. Here's my current BitGet setup. So you can see that the sell orders are set here in BitGet. So we've got an entry now. I just wanted to be in the position. So in case it pumped more, then we would get these little orders there. So the total size will probably be around $5,000, give or take, if we ping it up to that level. And then I am sitting in a DYDX short, which I'm going to tell you guys about shortly. Okay, and targets for curve. Let's just cover these targets here, Simon. It was the 50-day MA.
Yep. So I've actually got, then if you can bring my screen up again, I've just popped in for you a price range. Obviously, you just mentioned we got in here already. If we're looking to get in here on a second wick, that entry will be somewhere around here. We're talking roughly, still a 13, 12% move, something like that. It's a good move deal. My TP is in at 47.01, so just slightly higher than 47 cents. I'm banking on this horizontal line. Where are we? Somewhere around here. So you've got multiple hits here. So that's what I'm looking at for my first zone. I haven't brought up the MA though. I'll leave you for that one.
Okay, no, got you. So what's that final number there? I think we're pretty much aligned.
So 40. My one. So 40. Let me just get it exact. 46.50, something like that. What do you have?
Yeah, so 50-day MA is about 48.
Right.
But yeah, anywhere down there, 46.50. Yeah, that's a nice level as well. So yeah, guys, that's the plan there. Okay, let's look at our next setup, which we've got is a possible link setup. Link has been ripping, guys, and we know there's a link event on its way. It's coming early October. There's a link event that history tells us it normally moves into this event and then turns over. These are areas I've set up that we can look for shorts. If Link starts pumping, these are high impact areas we want to look for where we can tee up some shorts on Link. So first area is right here. This is the 7.35. This event is still in a week or so, so we might need a little bit more time on Link. 7.87-ish, that area, and then the high at 8.4. So these are nice areas you can start looking for shorts on Link on any pumps. If I zoom out a little bit, you're going to see we are still back in this massive range from when was this? This was already from May 22. Came to visit this area, so you can see what Link's been doing, all the time. It reaches these highs and it reverses. So unless there's something drastic happening, it shouldn't really go much higher than this 8.45. But we'll monitor it and see. But that's the plan for Link.
The RSI is topping out really nicely on Link as well. We're sitting over 82 now already on the daily.
Look, where Link is sitting right now is a premium rejection zone. This is the 618. Okay, but I am aware that this event is still in a week or two, so there could be a lot of action before that. So we might still hit the 786 or this high. But yeah, right now, short term, there might be a rejection here at 7.3.
Yeah. Definitely.
I see all the local crew is here. Crypto King is here. He says Link is bullish. Mike says where the likes. Background music is too loud according to Luca. Luca, let's turn it down, bro. Let's turn it down. How's that? Luca, let us know. Is that better? We like the background music. It makes you guys know that it's trading time. Time to go long. Time to go short. Okay. DYDX. This is an interesting one. I took the short because it hit a nice rejection zone for me. Let me show you the two areas that I like the most on DYDX. It is this 618 region here. It pinged it earlier today. On Discord, you might have got the alarm as well, 1.917. You can see it had a beautiful rejection so far. If it does climb higher, guys, my plan here is to add to my position up here at this 382 area. This is 1.9. That is my plan. Maybe a little wick out. We're going to watch it. We're going to see how we go. But yeah, ultimately, I'd like to see DYDX come down a little bit lower there. So yeah, right now I am in the short. If we push higher, I will add, and then I'll look to exit. If we start pushing way past this 1.950, I'll probably start looking to cut. Maybe there's some indicator stuff there for us, Simon. What have you got on
for DYDX? Yeah, I'm looking now. As you're talking and going through these, I'm literally coming up behind you, pulling all the charts up. So I've got nothing on the 1 hour. I've got nothing on the 4 hour. Potentially the daily, but no, there's nothing yet. Nothing yet. I've got nothing for you.
We let it play out. Let it play out.
Yeah.
Okay. What I see in front of me, resistance area, rejection. What I see a little bit higher, another rejection zone. So we're going to play that. There's no longs for me at these areas. So my option is no trade, short. Well, that's it. So for me, it just looked like an interesting short opportunity there. Okay, guys, I see we're getting a lot of support for the music. You guys know this music means it's trading time,
Yep.
We're here to trade, guys. That's
loving
cool.
the tunes. Look at that.
Okay, what else do we have? Atom. I got another possible Atom. How was this Atom short setup from last week that played out so nicely here? We were pumping into this resistance zone here on Friday, I think it was, and we rejected beautifully. And I'm expecting a little bit of the same here, guys. So more downside. If we get a push up for Atom, I think we're going to get a nice short entry here, just above 7. Call it 7.1, that sort of region. I think we're going to get a nice entry on Atom for a short, because I want to come and visit the 618. I really want to visit the 618 here at 6.8, and I think that's going to give us our best moves. And I'm going to tell you why. Look at the size of this move we got off Rune. We got a nice little 618 bounce off Rune, guys. I need this money printer. Where's this money printer? Find this money printer. Hold on. Give me a second. Well, that sounds like the money printer. There it is, guys. When you hit the 618, it is literally You must know. You must know. This is what the 618 does for us. So Rune came down this weekend. What did we say? It was hanging on to that other 618, lost its level, came all the way down. It hit our target, guys. Remember, we were talking about this 1.65 region. Came down, pinged the 618. It's had a beautiful bounce. Short possibility coming on Rune. If we push up, I want to see a rejection at this trend, guys. So 1.76 for me is my next sort of setup for a short on Rune. So if we get a push up, you want to look at around 1.76 for shorts. If we come back down, well, we've got the 618 here, and we've got this horizontal support lower down. So we could quite easily get something along those lines too. Okay, right now in the middle here, there's no trade at all.
Dill, just quickly, you just talked about Atom, right, Cosmos?
Yes.
Where did you say the 618 was? What level? Did you say 6.8?
6.78, 6.8.
So I'll tell you now, if you want to just bring the screen up, that perfectly lines up with what I'm looking at as well. So let me just make this a bit smaller. Very simple. 6.8 is there. Yep. Oh, hang on. That's the wrong tool, guys. There we go. 6.8 is about here. This has got just a little bit way to go. We're sitting down at 20. By the time that comes in, I'm imagining we're going to be there, Dill. That's kind of lining up perfectly with the ribbon, the level, and everything else.
Okay. So those of you on the Banter Discord, you will have the alarm. Those of you that aren't on the Banter Discord, well, you should get on the Banter Discord. But if you're not, set your alarm at around about 6.8 for Atom. So if we do get that downside move, you'll get pinged, and we consider that quite a nice area, quite a nice bounce zone, and we can maybe fire up the money printer on that 618.
Ping. There we go. I'm setting my own alarms, don't worry.
It's locked and loaded. Okay, so 618, what we're waiting for. Rune, we've covered. Nice 618 bounce. Look at this. Injective. 618 bounce.
And still see my screen, I think.
See my screen. Guys, 618 bounce on Injective again. Came down this weekend. Drifted down. What did it ping? 618. Okay, another opportunity there on Injective. Now we're looking at this move higher. Potentially, what's in our way? We got the 50-day MA our way. We've got 200-day showing some kind of support here on the 8-hour for now. Possible, obviously it's possible to reach the top of this trend. Eyes are going to be on BTC if we're going to climb that high, and then we've got this rising trend as support. So is there a trade right now on Injective? No, the trade was off the 618 earlier. Now what you can do is you can look for potential shorts. So let's look for potential short zones. Let's see what we get as tie-in. Okay, we do have a 382. We don't have much locked in with it. Let's see. Okay, so this is not sort of a high conviction short area for me. This is these are all areas or notable areas where you're going to get some kind of reaction if Injective starts moving. So 7.11 is a reaction zone. 50-day MA, guys, 7.2. And then the 618, which is probably a lot stronger, would be about 7.3. Okay, so that's the plan on the way up for Injective if you didn't catch this move right at the bottom here.
Got a long here, Dill.
Have you got a long for us?
Maybe, I'm not sure yet. Are you done with Injective? Somebody in the chat, it was Luba, mentioned Render short, so I just put Render on real quick.
Camilo wants to know if I'm still trading CAS, bro. That thing is an absolute torture zone for me. I look at CAS, but I don't want to trade it yet. It might take me a few days.
I'll show you something in a minute for CAS.
Okay, what have you got to show us right now?
I was just looking at you and me. Yeah, I was just looking at Render. I mean, someone in chat just called us short, right? I'm just trying to work out whether to include the wicks or not. But I mean, the short's already been, hasn't it? Someone called out short for Render. What I'm actually seeing is, if I just make this a bit bigger, obviously I'm not using Lux Algo, I'm just using the old-fashioned. I mean, look at this. We're sitting at 9. So
I'm going to be showing you a long and render.
On render, right? In that case, I'm going to shut up. This is all yours. But I agree with you, Bruce. We're sitting on 9, so that's all yours. We can look at
see if someone else wants to go short. That's cool because I can buy their short and make my long. So that works. Someone needs to sell me the money. So
listen, guys, this is the best thing about PA. You know what? We just form our opinions based on what we see, and we just love it. It's so much fun. Okay, so yeah, Bruce, I've also got a long on render, but mine's way lower. So we can talk about that together. It might be a nice topic, guys, shortly. Okay, let's see. Glimmer took off today. Yes, we need to talk about this Glimmer situation, guys.
Yeah, I've got that up
Here
as well.
So
I've got that as well.
It was a listing, I believe, on a Korean exchange or something along those lines. The usual
up bit.
So, you know, Upbit makes things pump. Look at Trader Joe. I think it was Upbit as well. Let's see. Look, rejection 200-day. It was actually a little bit early. Remember, Trader Joe did this for us, and it pinged that 200-day. It was just too clean. We had to short that thing. This was a little bit low, so didn't quite hit the 200-day. But yeah, right now bouncing between this 50-day and 200-day. Simon, what are you saying? What are you telling us here?
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you what we can do with it. We just have to find the top of it first. Hang on. There we go. There she is. Right. So let me make this. It's just too much, isn't it? Look how big that crazy wick is. Look at that. 66%, guys. Hopefully no one got into a long about here. So what can I tell you today about this? So look, this is pretty solid, right? The RSI is at 96. Yeah, so don't go long now, guys. Whatever you do. There was a take profit from this insane money printer. Dylan, this is where the money printer needs to come out, man. Yeah, but don't be long now, guys. You need to be really going short. I mean, looking at this, you know, if we just jump down to a lower time frame real quick, let's have a look. Down 15. Yeah, see, the trouble is with this one, it's not clear. The high point was here, and then what's happened is the RSI is coming down to reset anyway. So what you might find on the short term is that this does actually slowly reset, and then what we get is another push. So it's potential that you could still get this. So it's not over yet potentially, but it's too risky. You can't go long now. You can't long a 60% candle, you know. I don't know what you guys think to that, but it's crazy.
I'm not a fan really. Okay, so we're not longing this candle. What is your entry for a short?
That is a good question. There's a support here. I mean, realistically, we're at a really huge level of support right now, which is obviously, is it resistance or support? It's acting as resistance right now. We pushed up earlier through it, came back down. We got our take profit. We've come back down through it again, and now we're actually banging our head. Look at this, how many times we've hit that. I appreciate it's probably quite small for you guys, but look at this. That's a serious price level there. Hey, that's probably 15-20 touches, and bearing in mind this is on the 4 hour as well. Realistically, your short's kind of now, isn't it? Although if we punch through this still, it could go up further. I can't give you a clear direction, guys. This to me, it says go short right now. This to me is showing that we're hitting our head on resistance, so it could reject. We are so far outside of this reversal zone, it's revolting. Like, it's probably the clearest. It's the clearest.
It's a clear double top on the 15 minutes. It's clear.
Look at look.
I think the opportunity though is missed from a risk perspective because of the size of the stop now. If you enter now, your stop is at least 14% up to be higher than the high. That is your risk, guys. So yes, these things often dump, double top, quite bearish looking, but that's a jumbo size stop. So no trade me here. Maybe there's people crazier than me out there that want to try that stuff. But
that's prime territory for getting wicked out, like a wick pick up, big wick up, they take all the stops out and then crash it back down.
Absolutely.
So just be very careful.
Absolutely. And then your old friend Dylan, Casper. I have no trade for you guys.
I'm watching it. I'm watching it all the time.
I've got no trade for anybody today, but if I just take everything off and give you a naked chart, look at that. You would have thought that we're going to come back and visit this, hey?
Hey, Dylan, don't
feels
trust
like
it. Don't trust it. It's going to mess with you again.
It feels like
you know what I said. You know what I said to you last week? Spot, buy, hold, something else. Lambo. Yeah, I think Casper. Yeah, I think Casper's going to do something like what's on the screen now. Yeah. I think we'll come back to this trend line again.
So guys,
now,
patient play, spot buys. What is that on that trend? What is that amount? What is that number down there on the trend?
It's roughly it's 4 cents and a few dribbles.
Yeah, 4 cents and a few dribbles, guys.
Yeah, 04. That's the technical term, yeah. Probably somewhere elite here. So you're looking at 041, something like that.
Yeah, if you had that down the trend line, that would be a good long with a nice tight stop too.
Absolutely. And this is everywhere now. This is on so many different exchanges. Everybody's finally listing it, which is one of the reasons why we've had these crazy pumps, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, there we go. That's cash. That's the best I can do. All right. And I had super as well.
Super. Is this still a thing?
It's the only reason I found this. I was so desperate to give people a long today. I went through the top 100 coins on Binance, and I literally went here and typed them all in. And super, I found. Where are we? 17. Let's have a look. Was it the 1 hour? Hang on. No, see, it's the 4 hour. It's not a great one, but we got some bullish divergence. We've got a sort of buy signal which printed about 4 hours ago. And price hasn't really done a lot, so I'm guessing realistically we're going to make our way down to this level again, where these wicks are, and then probably we can have a bounce from there. So I'm watching that again. All right, it's a nice range play for me.
Snow War says the Dixie is ripping, and yes, it is ripping indeed, which is not a good sign for anybody. Well, unless you're quite short, I would say. But this is not great. This is not a good look for the Dixie. So breaking through quite a big area here for us on the Dixie. Generally, you're going to see something like that. So it's quite a bullish looking Dixie, to be fair. Could put a lot of pressure on equities, cryptos, that sort of stuff. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Apparently, the news out of China has gone from bad to worse in terms of some of their financial stuff with Evergrande, etc. And that's spooking the markets even more because they have a lot of debt.
Okay, so more and more just feels like shorts are the order of the month here. Rodolfo wants to go through Render in more detail. Yes, we're going to shortly. Rodolfo, we got your back there.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much what I've got for now. I'll start looking through the chat. Bruce, do you want to pull up your...
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Werner says, what does bullish divergence mean? I love you. That is the best thing I've heard all day.
Kill the virgins.
Okay, cool. And then, guys, I'll start writing down some of these tokens. I see IMX, DOT, we're going to deal with those. Okay, Bruce, do you want to talk to us about Render? And then I'll throw in my 2 cents as well.
So, I'm sorry, I'm still laughing because I love that. We'll cover divergence in a minute. Render to me looks like a great long. And I know when you see big, like, and Dylan was talking about this a couple minutes ago, you see big old red candles like that. They're scary. But what we've had a nice push up, back down, and retesting a very clear support level. There's the 50-day moving average right there. There's the 618 right there. And there's a trend line that's pretty well established that it's just starting to reject off. To me, this is a great setup. Something about like that. You can probably get a stop in here for, in the 1 percentile range, because the way I trade, again, other people leave a lot of room. I don't. But the way I would look at this is the fact that with this trend line there, if it breaks the trend line, that means it's going to come down to a lower level. I'll get a better trade, which is probably what Dylan wants to show you, because he's looking at down a little bit lower. But I love the confluence of trend line, 50-day horizontal support, 618. To me, looks like
it's quite pleasing on the eye there. You've got horizontals, you've got trend, you've got 618.
Yeah.
Quite nice.
Yeah.
I pulled a fib from a higher time frame, so mine's like maybe one level out.
Yep. Well, I pulled it from this marker. You probably pulled it from down there. So that makes both right.
Yeah. So yeah, I like that a lot. 1% risk. You know, what's 1% if you're trying to make 4 or 5?
Because Justin, I mean, let's talk it through, because this is really cool. Because let's say you pull your fib from down. I'm assuming from down here, right? Right. So if you lose that 1% right over there, right, price will drop from there. Hold on, let me measure this. And here's where you can think about it. Sorry, guys. If you lose 1% right on a trade, it's going to drop probably another 4% down to the 618 when it's drawn from the bottom of that bump, right? So you lose 1% and then you gain 3 on the way back up. So actually losing this trade becomes profitable. I don't know if you guys can understand that, but it's, if you lose this, come down here, take the trade, and we make an extra 3% even after the loss of that first. So anyway, I'm going to give this one a shot. I like that one right there.
Yeah. Bruce, are you entering now?
Yeah. As soon as I close this down and I'm not doing this, yes. I will be doing this one.
Bruce is long render. Here's my version. Nothing wrong with what Bruce has done there. Obviously, guys, it does make sense. It does tie in. He's given you a very clear explanation. This is a slightly longer term setup, as in it could take a day or 3. 1.44 is something I'm looking at for this bounce. So for me, the way I've drawn this one, I'm looking for, some kind of up and then a little move lower and then the big bounce down here at this 1.44 region. But remember, guys, it's an opinion. We all just give our opinions. We look at these charts, we draw nice pictures, we give you a guide as to where we think things are going. Cool. We've got a question for Atom again from Tim. Tim's in a rush. Tim, you know what? We're here to help you, Tim. So we are going to show you Atom one more time. Atom for Tim, guys. This is Atom 4 hour. We had a beautiful rejection. We've made our way lower. We lost our 382 support. And Tim, what I'm looking at here is a potential move to the 618 lower down. Looks very much like that the render chart we just looked at. So looking for this move here as my main area, I wouldn't be surprised to see Atom push up and reject maybe at something like that, and then make its way down. I think this will be the nice long at Atom 6.8, that sort of region. I think that will be a nice move there, Tim. Otherwise, you could possibly look for shorts, pushing up into resistance, pushing up into trend. You could get a nice short there as well. Hopefully that helps you, Tim. You can leave now.
Bye.
He's in a rush, guys. Tim's in a rush. Okay. Bruce, what else are you going to show us there?
Well, I will definitely show you Tomo, because everyone's always asking for Tomo. And there's good news, bad news. So the good news is that for those of you who are awake on time zones other than mine, you got yourself a couple of potential good trades that happened. We got a beautiful, in the middle of the night, for me, pump off right there. We got a great short that happened right there. So for those of you that are Tomo followers and you're somewhere other than California, you probably got a couple good trades in. And this one was interesting. This is when I trade Tomo, I will set my Tomo take profit order in automatically for the reason exactly like this. Like Tomo, if you did take in this trade, look at this. It came halfway up and then wicked way up and right down within about 15 minutes. This is a 1 hour chart, but that happened very quickly. So I would have set my take profit right at that level right there, and that would have been a great trade. Right now, Tomo is just sitting in the middle of the range, so we have to wait for it either to come all the way back up over here to short it, or come all the way back down here to long it again. So it's a waiting game for anti-Tomo. And the other one I wanted to show was ZIL. ZIL is very similar to what we just saw with Render. Basically been coming down. It's at the 618 exactly. It's right at the trend line and at a very strong support level. So to me, ZIL would be a great trade, potential trade. Hold on, take a look. That'd be something about like this. Put your stop under those latest wicks, which is about 1.3% or so. You're definitely going to have to beware when price comes up to this area, because that's going to be the 50-day moving average. So you can expect some resistance there. But even with just that, you're still talking about a 3% trade over there. But I would expect ZIL is probably going to climb up into that range pretty handily if it gets through that moving average there. So that's another one that I'm definitely looking at taking. And the other one that is on the boat is still we've been talking about for a couple of days, which is 𝗟𝗏. It's holding this support like we wanted. It leaked down a little bit, tested it about. Remember, we said that this was likely to happen. On Friday, we said that was very likely to happen, which is great. That's that Wyckoff kind of thing. The Wyckoff spring down, come back up, test resistance before it starts pumping. So I'm actually, now that it's crossed this line, I'm actually going to start building a position. This is going to be a long-term run for me. It might just consolidate in here for a while, and then my main position will be on break of this trend right over there. Oh, by the way, I want to show something that got pointed out in the chat. On Render, was it Render? Which one was it? If this plays out the way you think it's going to be, this would be a swing failure pattern, right? Someone was pointing this out earlier that they were taking this in the chat. So this would be a boom, bounce back up, and Matt said that, and come up and retest another way to enter this one instead of taking the entrance right there, which is pretty risky, right? Except that if you can take a look at that, the wicks, they look like they keep rejecting off that same area, which says that there's a lot of longs sitting right in that area. So a lot of people thinking like we're thinking, but a safer bet for sure would be to let the swing pattern play out. Bounce up, retest, and enter over there. That'd be a much safer entry, and that'd be a classical SFP. So that's what she wrote.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yep.
Ian wants
Thanks,
to know
Matt,
if we still
pointing
think,
that out.
Ian wants to know if we still think SOL's going to 16. Well, anything's possible. SOL could still go to 4 or something. We can definitely find a chart for that. Okay, guys, there's a couple of questions in the chat. They want to see WLD, AGLD, FTM, GRT. So let me show you what I've got here so long in front of me. Simon and Bruce, if you want to tackle ARB, IMX, and DOT, maybe between the two of you, that'll be handy.
ARB
and DOT.
And DOT. What do you want, Si?
Yeah. I'll do IMX and DOT if you like.
Okay, I'll do ARB.
Okay, so here's wild. WLD, WorldCoin. Some people like it, some people don't. Possible move coming up here, maybe an 8% move. I've marked this high. That's interesting to me over here, this region. So if it does happen to pop through this area, get some kind of pop, maybe we'll make our way up to that region. It's a tricky one because this is resistance, but you can see we've got these higher lows here, putting pressure. So it is possible, maybe a little pullback and then another pop up. I think that is a possibility. This 1.82 region could be on the table here. Just be careful where you put your stops and rather try and grab pullbacks. I have highlighted an area here under this candle, 1.63, which could be a support or an exit region. 1.56 could be an exit region. It just depends, guys, on your leverage and how you play the game, right? Okay, so that's where I am on WLD. AGLD, we've had multiple requests for this one.
I used to love AGLD. It's just got manipulated to hell, didn't it?
It seems to listen to us. If you look at this, definitely listens to us. I don't know when we last looked at this one, but what did we get here? Look here, we had it blow through this resistance area. I see we had a little flag form here. We were looking for the break of the flag. You see, guys, we all scientists over here. You know, drawing pictures on the charts and getting it right sometimes. Okay, cool. So AGLD has now reached a new level. Let's figure out what the plan is for this guy. Let's get rid of some of this. Guys, by the way, we are trading the BitGet competition next month. It's a 1-month competition. We are, me and Sheldon, we are in the same team. You guys are going to join our team. Simon's there, Bruce is there, David's there. So if you're not signed up to BitGet, guys, in the link, sign up to BitGet, sign up to our team, join me and Sheldon. We're going to be with Simon, Bruce. We're going to trade these setups together. You see, I've been playing around on this BitGet. I'm getting used to it. I'm getting warm. I'm just getting used to the platform. We're going to trade this with you guys for the month of October. So get on to BitGet. The link is in the description, and join our team, guys.
Definitely, we got this.
Okay, AGLD. Oh, and by the way, the first prize is a helicopter or something ridiculous. Just what I need, like my flat or something. Yeah, I mean, I need a helicopter. Yeah. We must get one.
No, you deserve a helicopter. That's what you mean.
Okay, so now I'm looking for rejection zones for AGLD. So the 382 has been blown through. The next area would potentially be the 618. You can see there is a bit of action there. Okay, and we are in this uptrend. So the bulls will just hang in this thing while this trend is intact. And the bears will look for shorts if we lose the trend. So if we start losing the trend, the bears are going to look for shorts under something like trend and 382, for example. You can see there's a nice area here. So if we lose that trend and push up, you might get your short opportunity there. If we also move up here and start looking tired, you might get an opportunity here. And then grab it the second time on the way down once it loses that trend. Other than that, if you are long, no reason to exit while this trend is intact. So I wouldn't do anything yet. 618 is your targets at 0.77. So hopefully that helps you guys. I think Pharaoh wants to know the minimum BitGet deposit. I think it was 300.
Do you want to
get stuck in there with us, guys. We're going to do these things together. I've got one more here, FTM.
Yeah, Phantom.
Oh, I hate that.
I want Phantom to go well. But
yeah, we all do, right?
You see, while things like Injective hit 618, who else hit 618? Rune hit 618. Phantom jumped to another major area of its own, which was the horizontal low. Okay, so guys, remember, when BTC is falling, they don't just randomly stop. If you can identify major areas or big horizontals, big fibs, then you know when BTC drops into a support zone, these alts more than likely are going to be dropping into their corresponding support areas. And it's quite easy to time it once you understand how they move together. So, you know, you would have seen Rune dropping into that 618 at the same time, Phantom pinging its horizontal major support zone. There is an alarm here. I don't know if you guys would have got it or not, but I can see there is an alarm set for this guy. What do we want to see for Phantom now? So we want this to be the low. I mean, we'd love that to be the low. Potentially another visit, but I do have my eyes on this wick, which is an issue. 0.175 could still be visited, so don't forget about that one. Let's see how BTC plays out. We could very easily see BTC come visit at that 618 that we spoke about earlier. This guy over here, maybe the 786 down here at 25. If it does that, expect Phantom to come down here, 0.183 again for one more visit, and see how BTC is reacting, and maybe that can tie in with a nice move up. So for me, the bulls, there's no rush. Let this trend play out. You can deal with this trend when we get there. You'll probably have a nice support area to work with as well. So no rush here for the bulls. You might get a sneaky entry on a pullback down here, 0.1833. I think says FDM is weird. Correct. FDM is weird.
Harry,
okay. Who's up? Who's up?
Okay. I can do IMX. Yep. Do you want me to do IMX?
Yep.
Okay, so, IMX coming up.
Believe it or not, I've hidden the indicators for a minute, guys. I've not even looked at them. Was it from chat? Was this one of the chats that came up for the IMX, right? So realistically, your IMX buy was actually when the RSI essentially bottomed out at 12, which would have corresponded with the perfect touch of the what's this, the 786. But it's not exactly launched itself. Let's be honest. It's not what I would call a compelling bounce. You know, I don't know. It doesn't look very strong to me. If I bring up the indicator real quick, because obviously that's, where are we? I've not even looked at it yet. Hang on a second. Looking at the indicator, let's just get rid of this for a moment. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, see, the problem you've got here, price action, here was a short signal, okay, which coincided with a really low point anyway on the RSI. Since then, it's only come down by like, well, not very much. It still looks like a lot on the charts, 8%, but this is not, this here for me, it's just a bit of consolidation, guys. I don't see that this is a good move at all. There's a million coins out there. I wouldn't touch this at the minute. That's my opinion.
So stay away from IMX.
Yeah.
It's not strong enough. It's not strong enough.
What if they're a spot buyer and they want to know something? What do you tell them?
If I go to the daily, so this is how I like to play spot. Let's turn off the indicator again. You guys, if you're on Discord, you would have seen me doing stuff like this. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. If we bring that up on IMX real quick. Hold on. So I like to do this on the daily. So listen, if you're, this blue line that I drew in coincides with the fib that I just drew. But I mean, looking at this, it's, trouble is still, you're halfway between there and here, current price action. You know, you can go long, and it can go, you know, this is, it's a shorting sort of RSI, but it's not clear, man. Look, that's bang in the middle of these two. I don't see even a spot bag. I just wouldn't touch IMX right now, guys.
So that's a no, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Money printer
sorry.
off.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, Nick.
I got Arbitrum whenever you're ready.
Do you want to? Yeah, go on. Go. I've got to jump off in a sec, Bruce. Do you want me to cover Dot?
Go, then do you think? Go.
All right, all I was going to say, Dot is in one heck of a. Oh, look at that! I've got an old thing on there from last year. Hold on. There we go. I haven't looked. That's how long it's been since I looked at Dot, guys. 14th of May, 22. Okay. Just adjusting this slightly. We are in one hell of a. What's this? A descending channel, right?
Yeah.
We're just in.
Wow.
Well, don't know. That way or that way.
Yeah.
I can't tell you. This is bang on halfway along. Cash flow is right on the horizon. I'm sorry, guys. I can't give you a clear one for Dot either. It's just not. It's not clear. If we break it down really quickly to the 1 hour.
East No War broke it down for you. He says Dot is dead, bro.
Yeah. Who said that?
Peace, no war.
It does feel like it sometimes. It does feel like it. Let's have one last quick play with the settings, and then I've got to jump off. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
right,
no
here we go. Here we go. So, LuxAlgo is saying on the 1 hour,
Yeah.
something along the lines of probably don't touch me, but let's see.
Yeah.
Can't touch this.
Nakamoto games have started moving.
Yeah.
Can't touch Dot, but I can finish on here for you. Is Naka going up? Look at that. Yay, we're in the money again. To those of you who are following on Discord, congratulations. We're making money again.
Guys, Banter Discord. Get on the Banter Discord.
Yeah.
Bruce's charts are there. Simon's charts are there. David's charts are there. You're getting so much stuff. We're doing all this work for you guys. It's sitting there for you. If you VIP on the Banter Discord, take advantage of it. I mean, the guys that are doing spot trades on Nakamoto with Simon are just killing it right now.
Yeah.
And he's just
Buy,
using
sell,
people for
buy, sell, buy, sell. We're currently 78% up, guys. When we made our trade here, I was a bit worried that we were going to break down some more, but I thought, you know what? We have 75% more tokens for free. Whatever, I can afford to take a huge hit now, even back to the trend line. But it looks to me like that this is rising up again, and so is the price action. So what I should be looking for next is somewhere around this point for price action to reach, and I'll jump out again right here. And if you do it with me on Discord, that'll be probably about the best part of 100% worth of our bag doubled. So congratulations.
Wow. Nice farming. Nice farming.
Thanks, guys.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you, thank you. We've got a lot of requests for Chainlink, guys. We did do Chainlink earlier. When Bruce is done, I'll give you one last run through on Chainlink. Okay. Bruce, I'm going to add your screen.
Yeah. Yeah, this Arbitrum is, yeah, that's scary. This is the daily chart. There's nothing, there's no support anywhere out to the left. So we're in no man's land, and we've just been in a declining trend over there forever. I mean, the things I could see to wait for, you can do is you could have done a short right off that trend line there. That would have worked, but that's already starting to play out, or it has played out. So if price comes down and finds support over here and shows signs of breaking up again, you might consider long. But when you see price action like this, which is just nothing but down, followed by more down, it just would scare me. I tried drawing a fib. There's nothing positive about it. The only thing I can say is that if you are a fan of the Arbitrum chain and your confidence in the technology long term, then you are in a great area to spot buy for the long haul, because the definition of a great buy is it's cheap, and this is as cheap as it's been ever, because it launched here, and that was the first sort of set price right over there. So this is like the cheapest price for spot it's ever been, really, unless you caught it before the release, the token drop. So yeah, careful in this puppy. But I don't know what the fundamentals are behind the scenes, but for anything other than believing in the token and buying it, I would just be really, really careful right now. Yeah.
Okay. Did you do another one for us there? You want to show
us?
What do you want? How's SOL?
SOL, interesting. Yeah, SOL is one I'm looking at. So assume this is the daily still. Right, SOL came down, bounced off the support, and broke through resistance and is retesting it. I got to tell you, I'm kind of liking it. Right, maybe a little out of range right now, but I'll zoom in just a bit. But boy, when it bounced right over here, this area right off the 382, right there's your swing fairly pattern. Right, that wick down did it. It came back and retested, so that's looking good. Hold on a second. Let me get rid of this stuff for a second. So what I would look at, basically, we have the trend line. It broke it. It's coming back down to retest it again. So on that retest, we got beginnings of a trend there. So on the retest somewhere in this region, that might not be bad. I haven't actually looked at it this morning, but what do you think, Dill?
Yeah, it's held that support really nicely. It's that right shoulder of that inverse head and shoulders. That I think it's at 19 level. Right. It's been digging its heels in there. Right. Yeah, not bad looking for SOL.
Right. Boom, right there. Yeah, I'm surprised. When I looked at it earlier today, I thought it had kind of pumped, but that red candle is starting to set it up very nicely. So, yeah, I would give it a little more time to kind of come on down right back to the support area there on that trend line. But other than that, that looks juicy. Thank you.
Cool. We've got requests for 𝗬𝗍, so let me pull up an 𝗬𝗍 chart quickly.
Okay. Someone says SOL dump it. It's amazing how Solana and such people react to it so interestingly.
Okay, let's get 𝗬𝗍 going. The one I'm looking at here is SXP. I'm not super excited about it because it's actually lost the trend, but just out of interest, guys, it is sitting on a 618. It's sitting on a 50-day MA. Generally a strong area, horizontals as well. But what it has done, it has lost this trend. So if it does get a move higher, it might be slightly limited. So if you long from there, you're looking at about a 5%. sort of move. So yeah, for those of you interested in SXP, it is on a solid zone here, 618 50-day and horizontal. If the market does turn, you can see this 4 hours bottomed out there. Let's see where the 1 hour is. 1 hour's reaching the top. If it does turn, market does turn, it should move up, but you know, your TP is probably about 5% away. Okay, let's look at Aave. Okay, we lost our main zone, unfortunately. Okay, so we wanted to see Aave hold these guys here. This was a big area for us. It's now dipped lower. What we can do for the bulls there is you can start looking at a trend. You can see there is a trend forming currently. And then we can look for support areas that we can try and find. Okay, that's not too bad. This guy over here. And then you've got this nice big 618 down here. This looks very nice down here. That's a nice one. So let's take that out. Okay, and then we've also got a rising trend that we can pull in over there. So I'm just trying to paint a picture as to, you know, what's going on here, where would we look to buy. And I quite like it at this trend and this 382. So if we get this dip down here, this could be quite nice.
It could be pretty.
You can see it ties in there, guys. Okay, so there is some assistance here. So that's not bad. So maybe 60.5, that sort of area I quite like. And then we lose that area. You're going to do something like that. And then your next reaction is 57. So 60.5 and then 57. Those are the best areas for me on Aave. If anything happens before that, you can just track the trend and then play that break and retest as your backup plan.
I've got SHIB ready.
Have you got SHIB ready?
Yeah. Someone's asking. You ask and we'll deliver. We're there for you.
SHIB. I see somebody says Doge is running. You see Doge is still in a good area. We can't. We can't deny. It might be worth a look here. 618. Not the worst thing.
No.
Nice trend there. I want to see SHIB. I mean, that could. Geez.
I mean, that's Doge. Is it Doge, right?
Yeah, give us SHIB.
I mean, here's the thing about Doge, and just on that chart for a second, is if it does run, it's worthwhile, right? I mean, look at the size of that liquidity zone right to the left there. That could make a major pump if it had a chance to run. That's interesting.
Yeah, there's big target. Give us some SHIB action there.
SHIB action. Well, SHIB action is just ranging action. So it's been in a range for a while. I tried to find places where it was consistently bouncing up and down. The floor seems to be pretty consistent. It's down at the bottom right there. It did a little spike down, come back up, retesting. So you can take a long over here. The only thing I don't really like about it is that it's only 2.3% basically to the top of that range. So if it's just going to be a range play, you might grab a percent or two. You know, that could be cute. But it really, in my mind, wouldn't be worth it unless it was going to, you expect it to actually come from there. And I don't see any sign of that yet. So range play, have fun.
There's a request here for STMX. I see how it's blown off this 200-day.
Never charted that before.
I had some marks here. We were looking at this at some point, this 200-day MA as a hot zone.
Yeah.
And this thing is blown up. Still holding trend.
That's an interesting pattern that it's making right now on that trend.
Pump and dumpy. Yeah, it's quite hectic, this. It looks like that Blue Zell, actually.
Yeah. When Blue Zell was giving you 17, 18, 20% on a move, that's what this looks like too.
Okay, 786 it likes. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't forget, guys, it likes a 786.
Yeah.
Let's just highlight that for you. Okay, let's see what else we got. Yeah, let's see what it like over there.
TRB. I knew that was coming. Okay.
Okay, so this STMX seems to like a 786. I would say you're too late now to grab this guy. If you want to jump in, you need to let it break this trend and confirm that it's now moving higher. So maybe just look for something like this. You might have to zoom in on smaller time frames. Look for something along those lines. But I quite like the 786. So when we do get up here and we reject, let's look for a 786 here, guys. Just remind us in the chat, you know, in a few days. Tell us to look at this thing. Might get another 786 buy there. Just like you know, that 618, the money printer on Blue Zell. Maybe the 786 is going to help us on this guy.
TRB is looking actually kind of interesting.
Rose and TRB. Okay, I'm going to do Rose. Bruce, can you do TRB?
I'm ready.
Okay, let me just show Rose here.
Go for it.
Okay, this is the 4 hour I've got. Okay, we had a nice break of trend. See, we had that nice break, nice retest, then it pumped. Lost the 382. That's your guy. For me, this is the guy, 618. 0.398. And if it does move before, just track a trend. Okay, just play the trend game. Play the trend game. Maybe you get that entry there, then you get that next entry over there, then you get a really nice move. But if at any point it breaks ahead, just play the trend game. But yeah, I really like that. And then maybe you get something like that, you know, this head and shoulders situation. Yeah, but that we'll deal with that when we see it. Tommy wants link. Tommy, we did do link earlier. It's like one of the first ones we did. We were looking at short areas for link because link's now leading into some conference coming up the next week or so, and traditionally it pumps. So we've highlighted a few areas that we like for potential link shorts. So just check out a little bit earlier in the video. You should see it. Bruce, do you want to show us what you got there? TRB, yeah.
Yeah, kind of cool. You got it? Cool. So basically price dropped down below, lost support here, pushed back up, and it banged off support, banged off support, banged off support, banged off support, banged off support again. Got a trend line there that's forming. It's just at the 618 right now. But what's interesting is I'm noticing that each time it drops down to here, it pumps just a little higher. You can see it. There was a lot of liquidity there, right? The bulls are pushing down. It met a lot of long orders. The bulls are pushing down right here and here. It met a lot of long orders. Notice these are slightly higher. Came down. The bulls tried to push it down again, and it met liquidity right over there. Which you're starting to see that wedge rising up, which means that the bulls are starting to gather a little bit more steam. I see a real potential for a long over here. Let me try and draw it out. It's at the 618. You can put your 2 to 3% stop under that last low. I'm on the 1 hour time frame. So I'd be a little bit more cautious on how you build a position because that's a little big for me, but maybe not for you. But hang on, tighten it up a little bit. Yeah, something like that could have some real potential because we're looking about even just to the top of here, to that last high. We're talking about just shy of 10%.
So when is the entry? When is your entry?
Kind of now.
Okay.
I mean, I'm looking now. Let me zoom into the 15, which is how I would do it, and see what it's actually the candles are doing right now. I would actually take this now.
And what's your stop?
Well, I'm going to give you 2 stops. My stop's going to be tight, which is going to be 1.5% at 34,274. If you want to play a little safer and give it some more room, then you can give it down to 34.02, and that gives it plenty of room to breathe. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to give it room on this one too, just because it's spiking a bit. But I like this one. This one.
I'm trying to find it on BitGet here.
Yeah, this one speaks my language.
I've only got the spot chart on BitGet. Oh yeah, got it. Okay, so just give me that stop one more time, please.
So a safer spot would be at 3403.
Okay, cool.
I like that one.
Okay. Okay, cool, guys. So yeah, we're gonna go long here on TRB. Yeah. You heard the stop from Bruce.
Yeah.
Let's give it a go.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it one shot too. Okay.
Okay, then we've got questions for VET and I think it was GRT, guys. So we're gonna go and do that for you as well. Lena bounced off a great area. Lena bounced off trend horizontal with a dream bounce zone. We need to, I'll show you a recap on Lena. Okay, let me pull up my chart here. Is that the fax machine again? Okay, this is VET, 12 hour. We had a beautiful trend break. Now it's coming back. I think there was good news with VET. I think they got listed somewhere or whatever the story was, something to do with Coinbase. I think there could be a little bit more downside based on what I'm seeing here. We are sitting on the 50-day MA, but I really do prefer the 618 lower down. GRT has just hit a key level. Okay, we're going to look at GRT now. Okay, so as far as VET is concerned, a little bit higher is resistance. So look out for this zone now. If VET pushes up, look out for rejections here. We need a strong BTC move for VET to crack through here and do that. Okay, if it's a moderate BTC move, it should just reject up here 0.0197 region, and then look for some more downside. I think we'll get a bounce here, 618, 0.016. I quite like that area for VET. Leho wants Casper. We did do Casper a little bit earlier. We should have timestamps now, so you can just go back and check the timestamps and see where we dealt with that. What was the other one? GRT, hey Bruce?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm just finishing up entering on TRB. I'll just get that entry in.
Let's do a quick BTC update here as well. I want to see what's going on. Okay, BTC is printing a nice green candle here. Okay, but we're still just tracking this trend for BTC, so we're not going to get too excited. We're watching resistance here, resistance, resistance, resistance. So just watch this area, see what happens there. If we break through, we're on a different game. If we break through, things change. Okay, GRT has just banged into a very nice area. You would have got your alarms. So this is our short zone now. Nice big move there. So what do we got? We got resistance, 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 support, support. I think I'm going to have a go to short here on GRT, Bruce.
Really? Right, hang on,
so the reason being is we had this nice bounce at 0.0852. We push straight back into a high resistance zone. This is a trend line pulled from September 11th. Then I've got this old horizontal and horizontal support and resistance area at 0.088, and I've got a 382 fib acting as resistance. So for me, you know, for my book, what I look for, that should be a short zone. If we invert this chart, let me show you guys something. If this was a long now, and we were looking at longs, we would say break a trend, wait for the retest. Would you buy this long? Would you buy? I'd buy this long. You know, so based on this information, I'm going to open a short here on GRT. Okay, so I'm going to look, let's zoom in a little bit. And now I'm going to look for higher reaction zones. Okay, so it's banging on the 618 right now.
Right.
Okay, so there's 618, banging on the 618. And then let's see the 786. So I would potentially look to exit after the 786. So if we do wick higher, that's my exit zone. 786. I see it is rejecting now a little bit. Okay, I want to open the short here on GRT. Okay, so Bruce, why don't you show another chart and I'll get the short prep on this BitGet account.
Okay, I was actually marking it up too because it looked really cool. But sure, what do we got? We got Annie's W pattern. I guess you've got Annie's W pattern there. Tomi, Fadi, are you talking about Tomo? Or is there another one? Tomi.
Tomi.
Tomi, let me look.
Simon, let us know in the chat. We're about to short GRT. Simon, let us know we're about to short GRT. Are we sending ourselves to hell? What are we doing here? Let us know
Tomi.
on indicators.
I can show Tomi while you're doing that.
Yeah, show us Tomi. I'm going to load up this short here.
We'll do this one together because I've never looked at this token before. Okay, so their trend kind of going there. We've got, okay, where is this? Support over there. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty simple. It came down, we tested this support area, and it pumped. So if you are asking because you got into it, awesome, because you were up 12.76%. Great call. Right now, it's not a long you can take, and frankly, not a short, because you're looking at this being resistance right over there. But let's take a look at some of this. Good work. So you broke through the 382. So I would look at about the 618 level to start getting out of it, unless you really have conviction that it's going to go further. There's not enough history to predict what it's going to do next. So I would definitely eyeball the 618 right over there to start taking some profit before it comes possibly crashing back down again. But congratulations if you got that one. That's great. That's really cool. And interesting, it looks like it's got a pattern. Like we're noticing that some tokens have a pattern. They come up, they screw around a little bit, and when they pump, they go crazy, right? And look at that. Comes around, rejects, consolidates, and then pumps like that. So once you see tokens that start developing patterns that are repeatable, you can farm them, which is great. So this is Toby's worth watching to see if he develops a pattern. Three times makes a pattern. So nice. I like that. Did you get into that trade? Did you get in?
So Simon is undecided on the Lux Algo. He can't decide if it's long or short yet. So there's no trade for Simon from what Simon watches. I'm looking at 4-hour stuff here quickly. Okay, let me pull up my screen. Okay, so guys, my plan here is I'm short here, GRT.
Yep.
I want to see what happens if we start pushing up here and things start getting stupid. Obviously, I'm going to exit. I want to see what type of reaction we get up here. I'm obviously looking for that little fake out to the top and then move lower. And then just to recap the reasoning behind it. Again, we form our opinions based on stuff we do and based on stuff we see that repeats itself. And again, you know, I work with information that's in front of me, and I've got horizontals here. I've got resistance. I've got a trend that was lost. I've now got a trend that's getting retested. I've also got horizontal tying in with that. So if I tick my boxes for what I look for a setup, this is it. So I'm taking the setup. And if we're wrong, obviously we stop out and we look for our next setup tomorrow.
Yeah. By the way, just to add on that, we do our best to increase the odds of a positive income, but your number one job as a trader is risk management. Because you're going to be right, you're going to be wrong. You got to make sure that when you're wrong, it's small, and when you're right, it's big. That's the equation for profitability. So be careful.
I see Link is also pushing. Link's pushing into its 618 here. It looks decent.
Yeah.
Guys, it's all going to be revealed shortly. You know, we're watching BTC. We want BTC to like have an aggressive move here and actually break through resistance, and then then we change our game plan. Then things change. You know, right now. We're looking at rejection areas, resistance zones. This is Injective here for you. It's pinging its 382, which was the first target on the way up, guys. The next target is this 50-day MA. Okay, so right now we're at TP1 for this Injective. There's 2 more to go. Let's get out Link. So you've seen Link. So the plan here with Link, guys, you know, there's a few days ahead of us still. So I wasn't planning on teeing up a short on Link yet. So I'm going to leave that one for now. We want to ride this into the event next month. So, you know, let's see what happens with Link. If BTC stays okay and bullish, these alts will move. They'll move higher. And we just play area by area, level by level. You can see AGLD is now approaching a resistance zone. So we're seeing a lot of this now. We're seeing BTC push into resistance. We're seeing alts push into resistance. Is this time different? Maybe they will pop through. If BTC rejects at resistance, then everything comes back down. So that's the game we're playing. Alt season index. Yeah, we need to find that thing. We need to get that out.
Where do you guys come up with these great tokens? Like, someone just brought up 𝗬𝗓, CLORE, which is an AI token, I guess, or AI. It's like, I love it. You guys come up with cool stuff.
How's TRB looking? There's a bit more time on TRB.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see Phantom here. Okay, so Phantom's pushing into this resistance area. So you guys see how nice this is, how it ties in. When these alts push into resistance, BTC starts pushing into resistance and vice versa. Still like to see the 618 lower down here on BTC. Okay, guys, but yeah, hopefully that's you guys have got a lot of charts from us today. Good luck out there. I think we're going to call it here. Hey, Bruce.
Yeah, I think we've covered a lot of ground today.
And, lots of being covered.
Yeah, there should be plenty to trade.
Yeah, guys. Okay, guys, be safe out there. The charts are updated on the Discord. Bruce's stuff is on the Discord. Don't forget, you've got, I think, 4 more days or something to join or sign up for the BitGet comp. You're going to be on mine and Sheldon's team. We are jointly in a team. So sign up for BitGet. The link's in the description. Join our team. We want to win this, hopefully, with trades that we do live here with you guys. You know, we're trying to get involved in trades that are happening in front of us with you. We want to do it with you guys and go through this journey with you. Cool, guys. So yeah, we'll catch you tomorrow, same time. Updates on the Discord. We'll see you then.